High-grade Gundam Astray red frame. Hey, what's up again, everybody? It's Robert184, 2Rs2B's Gundam Reviews. .net, and as the one-to-one Gundams there look on, yes, well, we need to have Guy is gonna need somebody to fight in the form of his best frenemy. Here it's Lowe in his new high-grade Gundam Astray red frame, which is absolutely fantastic, and it's also coming with the bonus of a flight unit, so let's get to it. August 2013 release. The kit's from Bandai, and the MS itself is from Gundam Seed Astray, in this case Destiny R, the manga and novel series that's been running for an awful long time now. There's the name in English and Japanese, and yes, high-grade Gundam Seed and Seed Destiny, pretty well done. 58 kits now, 1,700 yen. And please don't forget, you can get this kit and so much more from Ryan, Sid, and the good folks at HobbyLink Japan, and there's links directly below. The red frame's Robert ranking continues to rise as the original came out all the way back in November of 2003, with the first grade coming out even earlier, and it's definitely pretty cool that we've gone on for a decade of some other good stuff, including Astray X, but now it's getting the equivalent of a 2.0 to go along with the blue frame, and we're all looking forward to more in high grade. To the box tour in the opposite direction as usual. Here you get to see a front and back shot of it. If you saw the red frame there in the book, you saw that he was pretty plain in terms of his armaments with a beam rifle, shield, and beam sabers. But now the all-important thing is that he took a page out of the Strike, the Ale Strike specifically, his backpack, or notebook, sorry, in terms of his backpack there. Looking pretty cool, and it's definitely a big help in Gundam vs. Gundam, and you can see it looking very cool there. You also get to see that he has his favorite armament there, the Gabera Straight. Yeah, we're going to have to see how that's going to be done in terms of chroming / stickers. And you also get to see here that you can have some cool beam weapons in hands, including, and I really like this, they're focusing on the anime version here of the red frame. Very disappointing that he's been animated so little, but there is, 5-6 minutes out there floating around, where he went to a junkyard and he bought an auction and he had a good time, and he picked up a Baku head before going and fighting off some enemies with it. Double beams are coming out, but it's the exact kind of thing that fits Lowe's personality, and it makes this high-grade kit a lot of fun, and it's only going to be helped by the fact that you've got the markings there that they are advertising. We're seen on the screen, and he's looking very good out of the box, unpainted. It's great that they can bring. It's a testament, really, that the Astrays can be reflected so well in 1/144th, and a decade has definitely helped. With the other side of the box, somewhat surprisingly, not focusing on the kit itself at all, but instead just the popular pilot, Lowe Guile. Well, is that how they spell it in English? Anyway, going back to Street Fighter 2, I'm sure I'm pronouncing his name wrong too. It's only a 17.5 meter Gundam there, and you can see him looking pretty sharp there in some nice CG. The Gabera Straight, can't wait to see it in the box though, or will we be disappointed? So let's find out as, what are you going to be getting? Yep, silver, disappointing seals, long ones there, hopefully well formed, that are just going to be slapped around plastic to make it look like that. And when you take a look here, obviously a lot of seals, even more than the blue frame, I think. As you can see, parts for the eyes, the camera lenses, things you'd expect, but it looks like the scabbard and all the gold, all of that is going to be done up. Disappointing. Beam saber is always a lot of fun though, and the sculpt for these new plates are just fantastic. With black, red, you're getting white, some gray there looking good, the low custom markings, and you're going to be getting more red for the appropriate frame. And what do we get? Hobby Japan is telling you, yes, go buy that and you can get this, which is going to be a lot of fun to check out. You can go get some extra swords there if you don't mind the one color. Other ads, Gunpla, Build Fighters, and, of course, something a lot more practical, the manual. A1 and A2 here are going to be interesting, as you can see some symmetrical parts here done up in red, despite the fact that you're going to be getting even more red plates there. But then you've got the parts that are going to be needed for the chest and the manipulators. Clearly room there for blue, green, striped noirs, and pretty much everything else. Astray noir, I should say. The B and C plates are missing, but you can see D1 and D2, these are both listed as just being Astray frames, so it's all generic. You can see the way that everything is going to be coming and going, but from the blue frame it was very impressive the way that you got to put together the legs and the waist section and everything like that. Here you've got the red frame's familiar shield. The front of the face looks absolutely fantastic, especially with the color behind it. And the scabbard is actually going to have a decent amount of detail. Just unfortunate that you really have to paint it up. And the seals are probably going to fit a little bit strangely as they're going all sorts of raised surfaces there. The E-plate is on holiday as well. This also says Astray frame, as you get to see the boots, the backpack there, the front of the chest, and the beam rifle there to go along with this part, which is going to attach onto the front of the shield and look nice and strike-ish, while still looking cool. And you've also got some parts added on for the flight unit. As it's back to red for the G-plate here, lots of detachable parts, but you've got the things that you're going to be needing for the backpack, including the wings. You can see where the white seals are going to be going on there, but otherwise you've got the Astray's trademark cool Quickman boomerang there on top of the head to go along with the shield parts and those oh-so-cool vents that are looking pretty good despite being 1/144th for the backs of the shoulders. With the H-plate, even though it's gray here and there's a lot of parts just for the red frame, it's still just going to stay a Astray frame, as these parts are going to be in common anyway, or at least printable in different colors. But you can see some small parts there to go along with the Gabera straight, some nice details down there where you're actually going to be holding it in the hand with some more parts in gray, so you've got some decent color separation, 3 big ones plus the white seals on the flight unit, and that Baku head is not looking all that spectacular. It might almost be more fun to go take a high grade and hack it if people haven't done it already, but just the fact they're throwing it in, it's a fun playable plus. As it also means more play options, as you're getting double beams here with the regular high grade in-hand ones to go along with SB9's 2007. These are the flat 00 variety with some red polycaps, PC001. I'm a big fan of these kind of marking seals. I really like that the red frame is always depicted with this on the shoulder. You might as well put Lowe's name on there, and they're going to be giving you bonuses. So if you're a fan of the Junk Guild, why not go label up some other stuff? And while I like these simple parts here, which work well for the heads, I'm not so much a fan. It would have been nice, since we have a white plate, that they'd figure out a way to put this on in plastic for the actual wings there. But pretty much everything about this, you're really going to have to go perfect grade if you're going to be happy with the Gabera straight right out of the box. Never mind 2 of them. 2 big silver ones, you'll notice that they're totally different widths there, so they're just one's going to wrap around. And everything else that you're going to be needing for the hilt and scabbard, looking okay, I suppose, but we'll have to see how it's going to work and if it's actually going to stay on if you slide it in and out. And that cover art there is looking pretty sharp as we get to see some more information down there. Flight unit equipped, yes. And when you open it up, you're going to be getting some color splash pages here. Is it a 5-page manual? The flight unit there, Gabera straight looking good. Some great scenes out of that short, far too short anime. And some good poses again, that Baku thing, just tons of fun. With the business end of things here, not showing a lot of X's. In fact, almost none at all, except on the polycaps. So they clearly have this designed well, the red frame and the blue frame, obviously done in conjunction there. And after you put together the head and the chest and the weapons, you're going to see, that the body is all put together there. Before you're going to go and, yes, just look at the number of seals up there on the Gabera straight and the scabbard, all over the place, crazy shapes. Probably going to look okay, but still somewhat disappointing. And it is 5 pages, I suppose, because they've got to get the flight unit on there, which is going to have even more white stripes. Something that we haven't gotten to see or gotten used to not seeing with things like the remastered master grade there. And the Baku head, of course, actually more parts than you'd expect there to get it attached onto the head, with the double beams being a good thing, and it looks like you can get everything on the back. But when you go and take a look at the color splash page on the back, yes, some great art again, marking seals where to put them. But yes, from the color guide there are a lot that should be in here, and all of those are going to be provided in seals, except for the ones that are provided in plastic, which seems to not quite be enough if you really wanted to get that sword done properly. But really, you've got to go MG or PG, and even with the MG, it's slightly disappointing, not chromed. A solid unbox here, as you are getting some pleasant colors, and it's just great to see this much plastic for a high grade, and the fact that they're throwing in the flight unit, which has become so familiar for Gundam vs. Gundam fans, that kind of thing, and throwing in the Baku, they're adding things and definitely not taking away, and you're also getting just a lot of fun with a good solid new HG frame down there. The manual, 5 pages, everything's looking good, including double beams, except for that. So let's see it all in action. Please let me know what you think, and stick around for lots more. Thanks for watching, everybody. See ya.